Hey, what's going on, everyone? This might be the last video for a while. I'm about to move on Saturday. It's currently Wednesday. Yeah, so peace. I love you. Bye.
It's Madden NFL 24, and the focus is on Courtland Sutton. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Broncos and the Raiders on Thursday night.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Oh, he rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They'll go play action here with Minshew. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. Now Minshew. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Jordan Brooks able to record his 5th sack of the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw it, Minshew. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Minshew. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They just tried to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one swung out to Williams. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And that's complete to Sanders. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They give it to Williams, running right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Crawford. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the Broncos 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Off play action. Crawford sliding out of the pocket. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Crawford. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Touchdown, Broncos! Cortland Sutton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
From the gun, Minshew to throw.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Minshew able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Hard running at the 15. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the interception on the opening drive, but bounced back to throw a touchdown last time out. And he'll look to build on that as they start 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Crawford. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. You can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Broncos at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Kirby Joseph there to drop him. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. It's a second down run with Sanders. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. On the draw, here's Sanders. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something? Down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On first and 10, Crawford. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on first down, Crawford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Second and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Off the play fake, Crawford. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on out to the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Minshew's throw there complete to Myers. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Minshew sets to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Minshew, 1st and 10. That's complete into the hands of Myers. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot. Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Minshew's, and this throw brought in here by Mayer. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be Minshew again. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 15. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Crawford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Open man is Myers. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. Out of the gun is Minshew. It's Myers again with another catch. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He finds his man. Complete. It's Jacobs. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Crawford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Off play action. Crawford. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd-and-1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now Minshew. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Minshew. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the...
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Crawford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And able to get this out to the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it up.
And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Jacoby Myers from 19 yards away. And the Raiders are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Broncos about set to go on offense.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Room past the 35.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
A throw over the middle taken in. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
On first down, Crawford.
Open man downfield is Sanders. He's got him.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Crawford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. Get there and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Miles Sanders, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They'll turn to Sanders.
And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, there he goes, right side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, we know what else will happen in the locker room after this.
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Broken tackle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. They'll set up a throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Broncos are right back in this football game.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Back to throw. Crawford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Here comes second down. Off play action. Crawford. This will be caught. Judy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Sanders will score. Touchdown, Broncos. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this, because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. So now London down by 4, 25 seconds remaining. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. First and 10. Now Minshew. He has Mayer complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Minshew. He hits Adams, complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Minshew. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their number one running option that you scouted and take away their number one receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
He's back to throw. Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a one-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for the Broncos, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.